Surferi i surferice, evo nas na Radar Festu, razgovaramo sa Kaiser Chiefsima, odnosno sa članom Nickom Bainsom, odnosno poznatijim pod nazivom Peanuts. Hi, Mick.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good? It's very hot.
Very hot. I mean, it's global warming weekend.
Yeah, it's about as hot as it's ever been, I think. It's very, very hot.
First big song you wrote as a band was Oh My God.
Yeah.
So, can you describe that moment when you played first time on rehearsal?
It was kind of I think Nick had the verses for the song, and he kind of wanted to. We were saying we wished we had loads and loads of other. Wish we had loads and loads of other good songs to play. Like, yeah, let's play song number 35. And he just picked up the guitar and he went, "Oh my God, I can't." He just kind of came out and we were like, "That's pretty good," you know. This came out of nowhere, and then yes, that kind of became, and then the sound and the weird way that song sounds, that became kind of like the template, you know, like that was the sound we wanted to go for. In all the other songs we wrote, we wanted to get that feeling, kind of a little bit unusual, a little bit like, well, it's not old rock and roll, but it's not just 2002 guitar indie either. It's kind of something a little bit psychedelic about it, a little bit strange. So yeah. And that kind of, that got us in a really good mood. We played that and we were like, that's a really good song, we like that. And we actually recorded it ourselves and kind of made a demo version of it. And that became the first sort of indie single that we released back in 2004. And it kind of went from there, you know, yeah. Just that everything else started happening, you know.
I could just imagine you and me running out of speed, going through the
So, what was the story about the song I Predict a Riot?
That was again. That was quite near when we were writing the songs for Employment. We'd already kind of decided about the album we were going to make, and I Predict a Riot came along quite late. You know, you'd think we maybe had that song early, but we didn't. It came along quite late. Nick had it on the piano. He wrote it at home on a piano, and I remember him playing it to me, and I just said, "Nah, I don't like it. It's not very good." You know. And and then.
So why Riot? I mean, how was the situation in Leeds or?
Yeah, it kind of. I think it was just one particular night that kind of inspired it to be written, which was seeing, you know, sort of a Friday, Saturday night, driving around Leeds at maybe 2 a.m. when all the people are getting kicked out of the clubs and the bars, and kind of just seeing the scenes of, like, you know, I don't know, drunkenness and general kind of social sort of distance.
Like in a video clip.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sort of thing. So and kind of, so that was kind of the verses, like watching, walking through town is quite scary, you know, that sort of stuff. That's what that's about. Is kind of seeing this and kind of feeling a little bit intimidated and a little bit kind of sorry as well, you know, thinking that that's not good. And then the I Predict a Riot line came from a club, when a club night that Nick and Ricky used to run, and there's one particular song, the Ace of Spades was played, and it kind of, one of the bouncers said to Nick, "I Predict a Riot," because people were kind of hanging from the ceiling, you know, and kind of throwing themselves around, and that's where that line came from, you know. So.
Have you been under the pressure when you came into the studio? Because Employment had a lot of success worldwide.
Yeah. I mean, we had a lot of success with Employment, but there was no pressure. We didn't feel pressure from, like, the media or from the record label or anything like that. The only pressure we had was kind of ourselves.
From within?
Yeah, within, to say, look, we want to make an album that's as good as Employment. We want to make an album that makes people feel happy and good for Kaiser Chiefs, not disappointed in Kaiser Chiefs, you know. So kind of, so that pressure was there, but it was totally from within, like self-imposed pressure. And I think it made us. We didn't just write 13 songs and go, right, that's it, the album's written. We wrote, I don't know, 22, 24 songs. Really worked each song and made the song the best each song could be. And then went into the studio and put on the record the ones that we thought sounded and were the best songs. We weren't too sort of precious about this song has to be on the album, but it doesn't sound very good, but no, it has to be on the album. Only the best stuff got through.
Thanks for singing along. I'm gonna teach you some more songs.
Popularity, it's difficult for a future, so I always care about it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I do care about it because the five of us have been friends for a long time. I don't know, over 10 years. Some of us 18 years. Me and Simon and Nick, friends for 18 years. So we've been friends longer than we haven't been friends, And I think that's the reason that we kind of. I think that's the reason that we succeed and kind of are good at what we do, and people like us. People like us as people and like us as a band. So yeah, the future will always be. You never know what it's going to hold or what it will bring. But I think we've been together long enough to be able to deal with the problems. It's not like we formed a band last year and we're really famous a year later and kind of you go a bit mad and you're just like, everyone goes a bit crazy. I think there's a reason we succeed as five people, and that's because we're really good friends.
Thank you very much.
Hey, you're welcome. No problem.
Saturdays begin.